Hello Queen! Welcome back to my channel. I am Michelle Ayala, and for today's makeup tutorial we're gonna start by spraying some Maria Badescu water. We're gonna pat it in our skin so it absorbs. To continue, we're gonna add some primer. This is from Lancome and this product is just amazing. A little bit goes a long way, and I just like to apply it all over my face and neck, as I like to put makeup all over my neck too because it's over pigmented. For the eyebrows, we're gonna be using Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, and then with a duo brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics we're gonna brush our eyebrows to put them in order. And then I like to go with my natural shape, as I love my natural shape for the eyebrows, and I just fill out any gaps that I can have, and with a really soft and light hand I will fill up the front. And once I'm done and I feel comfortable with my brow, I just brush it over. You see the difference? And then we're gonna start with the other brow. Like I said, we're gonna fill out any gaps and mark the edges. We're gonna make sure it looks natural, and then with a really soft hand we're gonna touch the front. With the Maybelline palette, this is a corrector palette, I went with a really flat brush and applied the concealer that I thought was matching to my skin. However, as you can see in the video, it was way too light, but I still decided to use it as a base to apply my concealer later on, as I don't like to use a primer for the eyes. I feel that with primers it's way too heavy and tacky, and I don't like that feeling. But in order for that color not to look ashy, I went with the Real Techniques Beauty Blender, damped in water, and blended in all over the eyelid. Then, to make it more natural, I applied my color of concealer. This concealer is from e.l.f. Cosmetics as well, and I applied this product by tapping and dabbing all over the eyelid just to give a natural color that is matching to my skin. And I also go under on my dark circle and on the bridge of the nose. Sometimes I even apply it to clean up my brows up in the forehead, but I didn't do it for this video. For the eye look, I'm gonna be using this 35U Morphe palette, and to start I'm gonna apply the color Bare It All over the lid. And this color I chose it because it's the one that matched more to my skin color, and I wanted to give that natural look, and that blends in all over. It is a little bit orangey and yellowish, but it is really nice, and it's used the function of a base for presenting the eye for all the shadows that we're gonna put. I started using this brush that was fluffy brush, but I did not like the way it was taking the pigmentation, so I decided to go with a flatter brush, but it's still fluffy, and went all over the crease. I started to apply the product from the outer corner of the eye all the way to the inner corner. This was creating an arc shape, and the color that I used for this was called Feel That Heat. I applied it until it was dark enough or to get the color or pigment that I wanted. I wanted to be showing that I actually had makeup on, so I did really dark trace. And you do this step as much as you want to until you get the color decided or the pigmentation that you want. For the next color, I'm gonna be applying Bronze and Buff all over the middle of the eyelid, and also I brought it up to the front of the eyelid in the inner corner to mix that shapes and not to be looking like trace marks. And don't be scared of making mistakes. Even if you do, there's concealer to clean it up, and that's the way we all learn. To add more dimension into the eye look, I apply a darker color in the name of Sun Seeker, and I create kind of like a B, not going all the way but almost all the way to the inner corner. And for the end, I always clean it up. Then I went with a foundation. This is also from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I like e.l.f. Cosmetics because it feels good on the skin, and it's really cheap and you can find it anywhere. It has a good coverage, as you see, and I applied the foundation on the back of my hand and tapped it with a beauty blender all over the skin, creating little circles. and this just makes me decide whether I want more coverage or that coverage is fine. So usually for this product I feel like one cape is enough and it looks good. Your skin looks with the same pattern and it looks flawless. So I apply this all over my neck too because it's over pigmented, and so the both colors from my face and my neck can match. Then with a flat brush I'm gonna go again and mark that line just because I felt that it was not dark enough, and I don't want a harsh line. I just want it to blend in with my lashes so it looks and gives the effect of me having more lashes, as I do not have that much lashes. I went over with the same shade that I used for my eyelid just to make this makeup to be more clear and neat. And at the end I always like to apply concealer to clean all that foul off that has come from the shadows, and also to give more dimension to my face. I applied in my forehead, on my chin, on the bridge of a nose, and my dark circles of course. And with the same beauty blender I like to mix it all. At this point you have the power of making the shadow to look more lifted or more flat, because with a concealer you clean it up. For me, I just like to go where my brows go so it kind of connects. To be honest, there's parts that I cannot reach cleaning with the concealer and beauty blender, so I always like to go under with a brush to make sure that I'm getting the concealer all the way to the waterline. And I also applied a little bit of dark shadow on the waterline too, just for the makeup to look complete, after I passed to bake the face with ColourPop banana powder. And this one I applied all over the spots where I had put concealer, so in the front, forehead, on the bridge of the nose, in my dark circles, on the chin. And while it's sitting there, I like to do the contouring on the face, like the nose, making that shape so it gives a shadow and makes your nose look more skinnier. Also like to apply that contour dark shadow on the sides of the cheek to make my face look a little bit slimmer, in the front, forehead, up, and also in my chin because I do have a double chin. Don't be scared of making harsh lines. Like I say, just enjoy doing your makeup because that's the only way you're gonna learn, by making mistakes, looking at them, realizing them, and blending. Makeup is all about enjoying and blending. This brush I got it as a gift from IT Cosmetics. It's called Flawless brush, I believe. And this one I just used it to clean up all the baking powder that I put all over my face, and making sure that I'm blending correctly all the products that we have applied on the face, so we don't have harsh lines and we don't have white spots and none of that. I grabbed a blush with my fingers because I feel it's more comfortable, and I applied it on the front of my cheeks, creating a sun-kissed look because your skin looks more healthier. And I love this product, it's so cheap. I love to use my fingers. Now for my favorite highlighter, you must try it. I use this Wet n Wild, and this is literally like $3. It's really good. And then I just left you with the final result. I hope you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe.